Once again we will recall what we have learned in the last class. In the last class we have discussed about how the heat will be transferred from a hot object to the cold object. We have discussed. With that we also discussed the laboratory thermometer. What is the range of laboratory thermometer, and also we have discussed how to check the temperature of the hot water and the tap water by using the laboratory thermometers also we have discussed. Later we have classified the materials into conductors and insulators. So these all concepts we have learned in the last class. So today in our class we will take next concepts. Those are convection and radiation process. Dear children, up to here we have discussed that through the solids the conduction process it will be takes place. Means heat it will be transferred from hot object to the cold object through the solids by the conduction process. Then what about the water and air? Through this water and air, does the heat it will be transferred? Now let us discuss in this class, that is how does the heat it will be transferred in the water. First we will discuss that. Later we will discuss how does the heat it will be transferred in the air. Here to understand how does the heat it will be transferred in water, we will discuss by doing one of the activity, that is activity 4.8. Dear children, to do this activity we need some of the materials, that is we need the round bottom glass and we need one of the compound, that is potassium permanganate. The molecular formula of potassium permanganate is KaO4. This is the molecular formula of potassium permanganate. With this tripod stand, burner and some amount of water we need to do this activity. Here take 2/3 of the water in a round bottom glass. This round bottom glass you have to keep it on a tripod stand. So this is the tripod stand. On the stand you have to keep the round bottom glass. Wait few minutes. Later by using the straw you have to keep the potassium permanganate compound at the bottom of the glass. Okay, you have to keep the straw. By using the straw, through this straw you have to keep the potassium permanganate. You have to keep the compound, that is potassium permanganate. Here it should be fall at the bottom of the beaker or at the bottom of the flask. Later you have to heat the flask by using the candle. Here I have used the burner. Instead of this burner you can use candle also. You have to heat the flask by using the candle. You have to hold this candle, that is which is near of the potassium permanganate crystal. Okay, near of the potassium permanganate crystals you have to heat by using the candle. Later you will notice that here some of the pink colored fumes they will be appeared and they will be moved upside. They will move upward direction. Dear children, what does it indicate? Yeah, dear children, here we are heating the water. So when we are heating the water which is present near of the heat source. Here heat source is burner, or we have used in this activity as the candle, right? Here the water which is present near the heat source, it will be absorb the heat energy and it will be rises up, right? Here the pink color fumes it will be rises up. Why is by absorbing the heat energy they will become light, so that here the water molecules or the water vapor they will be starts to rise up. Later the water present on the side of the flask, the water present on the side of the flask, it will be enters into the downside of the flask. From the side of the flask the water it will be enters to the near of the heat source. Again this water it will absorb the heat energy and it will become light and later it will be rises up. Okay, dear children, in this manner the water present in the flask it will become heats up. Dear children, you might experience this process in your daily life also. You are heating the water. So while heating time the water molecules which is present near of the heat source. So at the bottom you are giving heat to the container, right? Here this is a container. up. You might observe that the bubbles from the bottom of the container, they will be rises up. They will be move upwards, and the water present on the side, it will be moves towards the downwards. Okay, the water present on the side of the container, it will be moved downwards. Why it will be moved downwards means to get this heat energy, it will move downwards, right? So in this manner, the water molecules, they get heat energy and they will be rise up. When they will be rise up, here there is a empty space. To cover this empty space, the water molecules from the side, they will be enter. They will be takes place the empty space. Later, by absorbing this heat energy, again the bubbles, in the form of bubbles, the water molecules, they will be move away. Okay, so in this manner, the total complete water, it will become heat. Okay, in this manner, the complete water, it will become heat. So what we are calling this process? This process we are calling that is convection. Okay, convection is nothing but by absorbing the heat energy, the water molecules, they will be rise up. To cover the empty space, the molecules which are present at the side of the container, they will move towards the sources of the heat. In this manner, the complete water, it will be starts to heat. So this process we are calling as the convection process. Then what about the air? How does the heat, it will be transferred in air? Now let us discuss. Yes, dear children, now let us discuss how does the heat, it will be transferred in air. In which direction the air, it will be moved. Now let us discuss. Dear children, you might have observed, suppose when you are burning the wood, consider this is the wood. When you are burning the wood, you might have observed that the air which is present near of the heat, the air which is present this heat source, so it will absorb this heat energy and it will be rises up. The air, it will be rises up. Then this place, it will become empty space. To cover this empty space, the air from the other side will move to cover this area. Later, this air also, it will absorb this heat energy and it will be rises up. Okay. Later again, the cool air from the sides, it will be enters to the heat source. By absorbing this heat energy, again the air, it will be moves up. In this manner, the heat, it will be transferred through the air. Let us understand this by seeing one of the video. Look at this video. Dear children, now let us do the activity. That is activity 4.9. To do this activity, we need a candle. Light a candle. Place one hand above the candle and the other hand at the side of the candle. Do you feel the same hotness at the two hands also? No, the hand which is kept above the candle, I am feeling that is hot, and the hand which is placed at the side of the candle, I am not feeling the hot. What does it indicate? Here, the air which is present at the top of the candle, it will becomes heat and it will be rises up by the convection process. So that the hand which is kept at the top of the candle, it will hot, and the hand which is kept at the side of the candle, it does not feel hot, because here there is no convection process, it will be takes place. Means from this activity we have concluded that the heat, it will be transferred in the air by the convection process. Smoke, it will be moves in the which direction? That is, here where does the heat present? Where does the heat source, it is present? In that direction, the smoke, it will be moves. Yes, dear children, you might have observed that in that activity, the hand which is above the candle, it will become hot. Okay, we are feeling hot, and the hand which is side of the candle, we are not feeling so much of hot as at the top. Yeah, reason is at the top the heat it will be transferred to water and air by the convection process. Okay, by the convection process only the heat it will be transferred in water, air. Children, up to here we have learned that how does the heat it will be transferred in water and air. Here the heat it will be transferred in water and air by the convection process. See here, the people who are living in the coastal areas, they are experiencing some of the interesting phenomena. Which are those? Those may be, that is land breeze and sea breeze. Then how does these phenomena they will be occur? Now let us discuss in a detail. That is first one, sea breeze. Here the sea breeze it will be occurs during the daytime. Here what it will be happens during the daytime in the coastal areas. Dear children, as we know, the sunlight it will be falls on land and sea. Here water bodies present near the coastal area. Here I had considered as the sea. Okay. So when the sunlight falls on the land and sea, they both get heats up. And here the land it will become heat very fast as compared to the sea. Right? Here the water present in the sea it will takes lot of time to heats up. Here land it will heats up very fast. See, when the sunlight falls on the land, here the land it will become heats up. Then what it will happens? The air present over the land, the air which is present over the land, by absorbs that heat energy, it will become lighter and it will be rises up. By absorbing the heat energy from the sun, the air above the land, it will become heats up and it will be rises up. It will be move upwards. Then here it is creating a empty space. Empty space is created here. Then the cool air from the sea. The cool air from the sea, it will move towards the land to cover this empty space. Here the cooler air from the sea, it will move towards the land to cover this empty space. Here the movement of the cool air we are calling as the sea breeze. Clear? Here the sea breeze it will be occurs during the daytime. Children, you have experienced the sea breeze when you have gone to a beach. So when you have gone to a beach during the daytime, you are receiving the cool air from the sea. Here to receive the cool air from the sea, the houses and the land, they should be face towards the sea. The windows of the houses, they should be face towards the sea. In this direction they should be face to receive the cooler air from the sea. So this process we are calling as the sea breeze. You might have experienced best so when you have gone to the beach. So this sea breeze it will occur during the daytime. Now let us move on to the next, that is the land breeze. Okay, children, now let us discuss about the land breeze. Here the land breeze, it is the reverse process of the sea breeze. Here during the night time, as we know, at the night time the temperature it will be very less. Right? Here the land it will be cools very fast as compared to the water. Right? Here the water it will be cools very slowly as compared to the land. Then here what it will be happens? Then the cooler air from the land it will move towards the sea. Okay? The cool air from the land it will move towards the sea. So this process we are considering as that is the land breeze. During the land breeze, here the land it will cools very fast as compared to the water. So the cooler air from the land it will move towards the water. Okay, if it move towards the water means here the empty space it is created. To cover this empty space, the air from the water it will be move towards the land direction. It will move towards the land direction. So in this process, here the cooler air from the land it will move towards the water body, or it will move towards the sea. This process we are calling as the land breeze. Here the sea breeze it will occur during the daytime, and the land breeze it will occur during the night time. Suppose when you have gone to a beach, you might have experienced that during the night time you are receiving the cool air from the land. That is, you are feeling the land breeze condition. So these are the two phenomena that the people who are living in the coastal areas they are experiencing. That is land breeze and the sea breeze. Now let us move on to the next concepts. Dear children, now let us move on to the next concept, that is the radiation. Dear children, you might have experienced that when you come out of your home, you are feeling the warmness, right? You feel warm. Then how you are receiving the heat from the sun? In which process the heat it will be transferred from sun to us? Here it will be transferred by another one process, that is by the radiation process. Here the radiation process it does not require any medium. If the medium it is present or not, here the heat rays it will be transferred from sun to us. Okay, it doesn't require the any medium as like the water medium and the air medium, right? Here the convection process it will be takes place in water medium and the air medium. Like here radiation process it does not require the any medium. Means here the heat it will be transferred from one object to the other object if the medium is present or not. By the radiation process, you might have experienced that we are receiving the heat from the sunlight. That is by the radiation process. And for best example you can consider, that is room heaters. Look at this picture. This is a picture of room heaters. Dear children, we have seen that is the room heater. So we are receiving the heat from the room heater by the radiation process. Here the heat from the room heater it will reach us by the radiation. Here the heat it can be traveled whether the medium is present or not. See another one example you can consider, that when you are preparing the food, the metal materials, the metal items, for example you can take it as a metal pan, it will become hot. So when it will become hot, when we remove the pan away from the flame, after few minutes the pan it will become cool. Then where does the heat of the pan it has been gone? Here the heat of the pan it will be leaving to the surrounding. Means here the heat it will be transferred from a hot pan to the surrounding. By which process? By the radiation process. Here the heat from the hot pan it will be transferred to the surrounding by the radiation process. Next, another one example you can consider, that here our body also it will absorb heat from the surrounding, and our body it will leaves heat to the surrounding also. Okay, we are receiving the heat, our body it will absorb the heat from the surrounding, and we are also leaving the heat to the surrounding. In both cases the heat it will be transferred by the radiations. So these are the few examples we can see the radiation process. Dear children, here all the hot objects they are transforming the heat. You might have seen that all the hot objects they are producing the heat to the surrounding. For example, when heat it is falls on any object, okay, when heat is falls on any object, here some amount of heat it is absorbed by the object, and some amount of heat it will be reflecting back. After touching the object, it will be reflect back, and some amount of heat energy it will be transferred to other object. Okay, this is the process of radiation, that how the heat it will be transferred from one object to the other object. Now let us move on to the next concept. Dear children, you might have seen that we are preferred to wearing the different varieties of the cloth in a different season. Then what are the kinds of the clothes we are wearing during the summer season and during the winter season? Now let us discuss this with one of the activity, that is activity 4.10. To do this activity we need two identical tin cans, okay, and we need water. Here you have to paint the outer surface of the tin can. by the black paint. Okay, one of the tin can you have to paint outer surface of the tin can by the black paint. Okay, next the other tin can you have to paint the outer surface by the white color paint. Later you have to add equal amount of the water in both tin cans. Okay, later you have to keep this tin can to the sun in the midday. Okay, in the midday you have to keep the two tin cans for sun for 1 or 2 hours. After 1 or 2 hours, you have to measure the temperature of the water present in these two tin cans. You might have known that does the temperature in both tin cans it is same? No. Here the temperature of the first tin can which is painted with the black color, here it is very high, it is there. And the temperature of the tin can which is painted with the white color, it is having the less temperature as compared to the first one. Dear children, do you know why does there is a temperature variation in these two tin cans? Here the reason is very simple. Look at here. We have covered the outer surface of the tin can by the black paint. As we know, here black color it is one of the good observer. Means here black color it will absorb the lot of heat energy from the sun, so that the temperature of this water it is high. Here in a second tin can the outer surface is covered with the white color. Here white color it is not receiving the more amount of heat energy as compared to the black color, right? Here black color it is one of the good absorbent of the heat energy. Now let us move on to the next activity. Stay children. Now let us move on to the another one activity, that is activity 4.11. Here to do this activity we need the same identical tin cans. Here one tin can outer surface is colored with the black paint and the other tin can it is colored with the white paint. Here we have to take the two identical tin cans which we have used in activity 4.10. Okay. Later you have to keep the equal amount of the hot water in these two tin cans. Later these two tin cans you have to leave in a room temperature. You have to leave in a room temperature for 10 to 15 minutes. After the 10 to 15 minutes you have to check the temperature in these two tin cans. You might have observed that the temperature it will be false. Here in which tin can the temperature it will be false as compared to the other. Here as I said before, that is black color paint it will absorb lot of heat energy. Means here heat energy it is more is there. But here the white colored paint tin can it will be losing the heat. It will be losing the heat very fast as compared to the first one. Okay. Here white color tin can it reflects the heat energy. Means here the temperature of the white color tin can it will be false first as compared to the first one. Dear children, from these two activities what we have noticed, what does these activities they will be suggest us? You might have seen that we are wearing the light colored clothes or white colored clothes during the summer season, right? You might observe that we are preferring to wear the light colored clothes or white colored clothes during the summer season. Why? Means here the light or white colored clothes they will be reflect the heat from our body. They are not absorbing the heat energy from the surrounding. They will be reflecting the heat energy from the surrounding. So it will be cools our body. It will protect our body from the excess heat. So that we are preferring to wear the light colored cloth or white colored cloth during the summer season, right? And also during the winter season, you might have seen that during the winter season we are preferring to wear the dark colored cloths. Here as I said, dark colored cloths they will be absorb the lot of heat energy. During the winter season the surrounding is very cool is there, right? To to give heat to our body, to protect our body means here dark colored cloths, they will absorb lot of heat energy from the surrounding and they will keep us warm. During the cool surrounding, these dark colored cloths, they will keep us warm. So that we are wearing the dark colored cloths during the winter season. Right? Dear children, you might have felt that during the winter season, we are preferring to wear the woolen cloths. Right? Here, wool it is one of the poor conductor of air. Means here, the wool it is made from the woolen fiber. So the air it will trap in between the woolen fiber. Means they are not allowing the heat to move away to the surrounding. Means they will keep us warm. It will be protecting our body. Means these woolen cloths, they will keeps us warm. So that we are preferring to wear the woolen cloths in the winter season. Right? Here dear children, from these two activities we conclude that is we are wearing the white or light colored cloths during the summer and that is dark colored cloths during the winter season. And also we are preferring to wear the woolen cloths during the winter season. This is all about the today's class. Dear children, here the lesson has been completed. I have finished the topic that is heat. So before going to end of our session, once again we will recall what we have learned in this whole lesson. In this whole lesson we have learned about the hot object and the cold object. How we are measuring the hot and the cold object. We can measure by the thermometer. Here there are two types of the thermometers they are present. One is clinical thermometer and another one is the laboratory thermometer. Right? And also by doing the few activities, we have checked the temperature of the certain liquids. Right? By using the laboratory thermometer. Later we have discussed about the transfer of heat. Here the heat it will be transferred in the solids by the conduction process and in the liquids and the air by the convection process it will be transferred. And here heat it can be transferred by another one method, that is by the radiation process also heat it will be transferred. At last we have discussed about the what are the different kinds of the clothes we are preferring to wear during the summer season and the winter season. And also we have discussed about the interesting phenomena, that is sea breeze and the land breeze. The people who are living in the coastal areas, those they are feeling the sea breeze and the land breeze conditions. These all points, these all concepts we have discussed in this chapter, that is heat. Thank you.